Hey, what's up guys? So Escort is going to be introducing a brand new radar detector called the Escort Passport S75G. This new detector is basically the 9500IX brought back from the dead and at a lower price point. 9500IX is actually Escort's best-selling radar detector of all time. It retailed for $450. The MSRP had GPS lockouts, all that kind of stuff. Not the greatest performance, but a very convenient plug-and-play detector. It's since been replaced by the Escort IX, but that was a $500 detector. So now what Escort is doing is they're bringing back the 9500IX with a slight case redesign and a new name and a new price point. So this is now a 9500IX available at just $300. And it actually kind of makes sense in Escort's lineup. You see, if you want a detector with automatic GPS lockouts, it's a very helpful feature, and Escort actually has a patent on this until 2020. Nobody else can do auto lockouts. You have to do manual lockouts, press a button on your detector or something. The auto lockouts are nice because you can just drive around, the detector will learn the false alerts for you and filter them out automatically. Very helpful. Now, Escort's other detectors that can do this, you've got the Escort IX, which is $500, the Redline EX, which is $600, and the Max 360, which is $650. So if you want automatic lockouts, you're going to have to spend a minimum of $500. Well, the 9500IX is gone. That was actually $450 originally. You can find it online for a little bit less, of course, but they've now brought it out under the name of the S75G at only $300, which is actually $200 less than the IX. So it's basically kind of meeting their the price point of a $300 detector. Obviously, lower price is better, right? And a way for people to get a simpler detector that still has the automatic lockouts. There are other detectors that they have at that price point. There's the X80 and the Solo S4. Let's actually talk about those real quick. And kind of in the context of, are there any updates to the S75G compared to the 9500IX? In short, I'm only seeing two differences, other than the new name, of course. It looks like it's the exact same detector, same performance, same BSM filtering, etc. When I took a look at the quick reference guide of the two detectors side by side to see the different menu options, the only difference I could see is that SWS, kind of an unnecessary feature, has actually been removed from the S75G, so that's no big deal. But otherwise, there's no BSRDR added, there's no changes to really anything. It's just a new case design. If you take a look at the two detectors side by side, it's pretty clear that they're pretty much the same thing with a slightly updated case, right? Anyways, there's no new improvements to it. They're just basically taking what was a very effective detector, right? Sold a lot of detectors, and then just repackaging it at a lower price point now that they have some other options available. And if you take a look at their other detectors that are at $300, the X80 is literally the exact same thing as the Escort Passport, just with a different Bluetooth chip to make the pairing process a little bit easier. They came out with the Passport, and then they came out with the X70 as well. Same thing as the Passport, just without the Bluetooth chip. Then they discontinued both of them, released the Passport effectively under the name of the X80 with just a little different Bluetooth chip. But otherwise, same thing, same performance, features, filtering, all that kind of stuff. With the Solo S4, their cordless detector, that's the successor to the Solo S3, which came out in 2010. There's been no updates to it in terms of performance or filtering. It's the same detector, same platform, same performance, same filtering. The only differences are the different name, different case. It does have an updated display, but other than that, it's the same detector. So they're kind of repackaging their existing products under a different name, and it looks like the S75G is just the same thing with the 9500IX. So for those of you guys who want a detector with automatic GPS lockouts, you now have a detector that's available for $300. Kind of meets that price point. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that like the IX does, right? That detector is $200 more, but it offers better performance, better filtering. It's got an updated OLED display. It's got an easier magnetic mount. It's got BSRDR for, again, better performance, longer range, better reactivity. It's got Bluetooth built in, so you can pair it with your phone. So the IX definitely adds a lot more features and was kind of the successor to the 9500IX, but it was at a higher price point. So Escort, what it looks to be the case is they're just like, hey, let's release a detector at a lower price point and just kind of take a product that we know already sells really well and release a simpler detector that still has the automatic GPS lockout functionality, and that looks to be the case of what this is. Now, we just found out about it actually this morning. It hasn't been officially released by Escort yet, or officially announced rather. On a fun note, right after I shot this video, Escort actually officially announced the new detector on the website, and surprise, surprise, it's the same thing as a 9500IX, same features and all, and also has the same blind spot filtering as well. It's only going to be sold in a couple different places like Amazon, for example. It's not actually going to be listed on Escort's website, but there you go, there's the announcement, and I'll link to it down in the video description. I've actually got one on order. It's going to be here in a couple days, and I'd like to get a 9500IX and an IX. I'm borrowing from people on RDF, and that way I'll be able to do a video actually comparing the different detectors, showing you the different options, doing some basic testing and things like that. So more videos to come with the new S75G. So for those of you guys looking for a detector with auto lockouts at around $300, we now have that option. The X80 can do lockouts as well, but you have to pair it with your phone and run Escort Live, and then on your phone you actually press a button to say, hey, lock this signal out, right? So that feature exists at this price point, but if you want GPS built into the detector and automatic lockouts with no phone required, that seems to be what the S75G, take a little getting used to, I guess, to say that name, but that looks like what this new detector is about. So anyways, that is the new Escort Passport S75G, auto lockouts, $300. It's a 9500IX. So if you guys have one already, no reason to upgrade. It's not an improvement in any way. It's just a nice way for people who would like a less expensive detector with auto lockouts to pick one up. So anyways, that's the story behind that detector. If you like one, I'll put a link down in the video description so you can pick one up. And then again, make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be doing some additional videos talking about the detector, showing you guys, going over the buttons, features, menu options, comparing it alongside the other detectors too. But anyways, that's the story on the new S75G. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.